Life's a beach. Oh, that's right, we're at Gopher Dunes. There's Patty. First MX1 Moto, Tyler Medaglia, oh, Chad. Cassiani was in the lead, but Gorky came back and won that stinking first moto. He's unbelievable. Second moto, Medaglia triple crown. Metcalf the Aussie into the lead, and then out of the rut issue, Gorky. Clean sweeper, dominating the sand at Gopher once again. Welcome to round 6 of the 2015 Rockstar Energy Drink Motocross Nationals. Mark Travers and Brian Coster in the booth. MX1 riders at the gate. And this is the Sandali MX Park just outside of our nation's capital. Today's MX1 racing will be presented by Motovan.com, Canada's source for power sports, parts, and accessories. Tabs, let's get into our MX1 points after 5 of 10 rounds. Gorky looking good with that red plate. Metcalf in second. Fasciotti in third. Cole Thompson and Tyler Medaglia running out the top 5.
Yeah, and there's some close action there in the top 5. Then it goes down to Cade Clayson. Right behind him is Canary. Then it's Mayer, Keast, and Dylan Shamoke.
All right, MX1 opening ceremonies are upon us. The number 101, Matt Gorka, going out first. Our top 5 of points go out first, of course. But Gorky also had the fastest lap time, so that's interesting because he gets to set the stage there, Brian.
Yeah, Metcalf second in points, and it's Fasciotti looking really good in that Troy Lee Gopher Dunes Honda. He's ready to do battle. This rider right here, that is Cole Thompson, and hometown hero Tyler Medaglia, living out on the East Coast now, but his folks just live about a half hour from here.
Okay, Fabs, here's the Sandali MX Park track, the second of 3 sand tracks in a row. This one's a little bit different. There's a little more soil in here, a little loamier. I think it's a little choppier in places. You're not going to get that flowing breakup sand that we had last week at Gopher Dunes.
Yeah, when you water it or if it rains, it does get a little bit muddy here, and you can see it's all dark from the watering. They've done a great job. Tire choice is always tricky. They want a sand tire for the start, but then they want an intermediate for the rest of this track.
Oh, and 4 gorgeous Rockstar girls. MX1 Racing is next. This is round 6 of the 2015 Rockstar Energy Drink Motocross Nationals, Sandali MX Park, just outside of our nation's capital. Mark Travers and Brian Coster in the booth as we get set for MX1 Moto 2, and a lovely Rockstar Maddie with that 30 board up. Sir Paul Kingsley, MX1 riders at the gate. This MX1 Moto will be brought to you by RoyalDistributing.com, Canada's power sports leader, and they also support the whole shot. Brian, of course, we know all about that, don't we?
Absolutely, and if you get the whole shot in both motos, you get the triple crown, so they double up the cash. So a lot on the line. All our key players on the inside. 30 sideways, Travs. Gate is down.
Gorky with the fastest qualifying time took that inside pick, but it looks like the number 1 of Colton Fasciotti. We got some carnage guys on the track, and yes, he does. Colton Fasciotti, GDR Honda, Road Distributing Whole Shot.
Nice, nice, and riders down all over the place, but look at Colt out front. He has not had a Moto win yet, Trav, so could this be the day in Sandali? We know he is an excellent sand rider.
Great start for the number 7, Bobby K. Clayson's in the mix, and I saw the 72 of Drew Roberts, white KTM, top 5, Fabs.
Great start for Roberts, as well as the 24 of Swanson, who's been riding MX2, now has moved up to MX1, so in the FX gear is Swanson, and then another Suzuki rider, the 978, all the way up from Dominican Republic, that's Frederick Norkiewicz.
Fasciotti leading the crowd over the second tunnel jump. Clayson looking good in third. And the 24, you talked about him, Kyle Swanson, a full privateer, Brian. A wing and a prayer right now, and Lee looks good in the top 5.
He just gets passed by Gerke, but who hasn't been passed by Gerke in this MX1 class? He is leading the points and rocking that red plate for a reason as they dive along the Hell's Kitchen tree line, the pro-only part of the racetrack, grabbing gears down this high-speed tree line. Nice to see the number 5 of Teddy Mayer on that Monster Energy leading edge Kawasaki getting a half-decent start for a change.
Mayer's been fast all season long, Brian. He just hasn't been able to put it together like the puzzle. We talked about that before. That's what it takes to get good results in motocross racing. 761 of Clayson, looking good right now on that Redemption Racing KTM, top 5. Then Gerks, then we've got Mayer and Swanson. Starting out to be a beauty here in the Samurai.
Yes, definitely, as we go on board with the 36 of Hayden Halstead on the 450M. A good jump for Halstead, but boy, does he ever get yanked there in that first turn. going around the outside, looking for some ways around, sitting probably just inside the top 20.
Saw the 104 Guaranteed MX KTM of Richard Gray. We're only seeing him in the East. Nice to see him back riding up in the big boy class. To our leader, the number 1, Colt Fasciati. The battle right now is for third place. 761 of Clayson has got our points leader, Matt Gerke, all over him. Gerke's been spectacular all season, Brian. Even if he doesn't get a good start, he battles back and makes passes like... No, not yes. Yes, on the inside, he's got Clayson.
Oh, man, we talk about Clayson being one of the hardest riders to pass. A newcomer to the series, filling in for the injured Nathan Bless. Redemption picked him up, and he has been a huge surprise up here in Canada, but Gerke gets around him quickly, which is paramount because he can really hold you up. Now, Metcalf finally gets by that Norquiwas right there, so the 123, not a great start either in this moto.
The Dominican rider looking good inside the top 10, but Medi did not get a great start, Brian. He's battling back. The number 5 of Teddy Mayer through that moto van sweeper has got, to the Rockstar lock-off. What a beauty. The number 3 of Tyler Medallia, hot on his trail. But, and look at that, Clayson is down over that big hipper.
You see Clayson waving his arms because he knows he's over kind of a blind rise. We saw what happened to Colton Fasciati there 2 years ago on a blind rise, got clipped, ended up with a broken leg. So Clayson up and waving his arms. Good thing he's nice and safe. And now Bobby Canary, both these riders Bonnie engine. Canary likes that hard hit. That's why Bobby is so awesome on the starts, getting great hole shots. He just wants as much power as possible, and he's like a bulldog on the bike.
Love to see Bobby Canary battling up in the top 5. He's had some great starts this year, Brian, but again, just can't seem to put all the pieces together. To our leader, the leg up. Oh my, Ala JSR. Pat Yotes is looking spectacular today in the lead. I love it.
Oh, is he ever? And he's really actually starting to gap. The rest of these guys are all fighting for position, and Colt's just riding away. So this is second place. It's getting pretty hot, and a pair of Rockstar boys on Yamahas. It's great for the sponsors. They gotta love a pair of their riders out dicing together up front.
No team orders, Brian, let's face it. Canary wants to win just as bad as Gerke does, but I just like the attack of Gerke. He just probes. He's like a field general out there. He's just looking for ways to make things happen.
Oh, and Gerke just gets sauced up with some of the roost coming out of Bobby's number 7. 450, so the Gerke's gonna want to really make it happen quick because he's losing a bit of time, and when you're eating roost, it is very frustrating out here.
And Bobby K's been one of the top riders in this series for a number of years, so you expect great defense from him through the moto van sweeper. Gerke on the inside. Does he have him? Yes, he does, and that is for second place. That was a great pass and a great place to pass.
I thought Gerke was up to something when he went wide, because that's his little trick. He likes to go wide. The guy's thinking, okay, I know where he is, and then just that cut in. So what a mover. Now Medallia does a quick little cut in as well, and Metcalf is hunting around. Look at the drive from Metcalf over the Rockstar finishing line on the outside. This is a great place to set up. Yeah, trying that cut in again, Traz. Not this time. He's gonna have to try again.
Yeah, that KTM corner over the finish line, one of my favorites. A little narrow on the inside with the best line, but there are options on the outside to really have to carry a lot of speed. Metcalf now coming out of that road, distributing second-hander. Does he have him on the outside through that pro circuit drop away? I think he does, coming into this little marshmallow turn on the inside, the Marin corner.
Oh man, he makes a pass, and that is one of my favorite parts, that drop away. It's such a great feeling when you ride this track to go up that hill and you turn down. You see Metcalf jumping way down using the suspension. We've seen a lot of guys crash there when they come down too hot, and then they compress and then lose the front wheel. A lot of low sliding and high sliding.
To our leader, the number 1, Colt Fasciati, Gopher Dunes Honda, Brian, in the lead, and he's got a really nice lead right now, looking fantastic. The heat today, Brian, it is very humid. This is a very difficult day to race just based on that humidity factor.
Yeah, that is an excellent point, and these riders working out in the sand into Hell's Kitchen. The outside becomes the inside, the 148 of Cole Tommy Gun Thompson through that Yamaha right-hander, makes the pass down the tree line, and you look at all the spectators, the guys are all shirtless, and short shorts are the name of the game. It is a hot stinker. The beer garden is doing really well today. Now Metcalf in stalking mode all over Medallia. But what I like about Tyler, he's not intimidated by these big name riders. He sticks to his own program. He doesn't care who's around him. He believes in himself.
He does, for sure, and he's got his father behind him and a great little program with that Husky deal. He likes the bike, he likes the whole package, and really, when it comes down to confidence on the bike, that's what it's all about. There's that Metcalf line again that you just talked about.
Yeah, he really over jumps there and then gets a bounce, so Metcalf getting aggressive, then he goes sideways. Oh, we saw crashes there in the MX2, but Metcalf holds it upright.
That battle was for third place, Brian, so those guys are dicing for the podium. Back to our leader, the number 1, Colton Fasciotti. He got the whole shot. He's been in the lead ever since. And I'll be honest with you, Brian, right now, this is the best I've seen him look all season long. I'm surprised it's taken him this long to get comfortable, but let's remember about that pelvis injury that he had during training.
Yeah, he's really pulled out a huge lead. Here comes Metcalf. Looks like he's just covered in gravy. The whole front end is just, he's been eating sand like 9-0. And the number 3 able to hold him off. They come into Hell's Kitchen. Lappers. Holy smokes, this is awesome. This is great.
That's a large order of poutine, Husky poutine for crying out loud.
Tyler got up in the soft stuff on the outside. Just got the wheel spin. Metcalf saw it all happen with the lappers, but now can Tyler tuck in? I don't think so. He's stymied by these 2 back markers.
The number 3 of Medallia, his defense was unbelievable. It took a long time for Metcalf to get around him, and it just says a lot about his skill and ability for crying out loud.
Absolutely, Travis, as Gert comes around to get that last lap flag. Of course, Colton Fasciotti out front right now, and Ted Mayer having a fast race, but mired back, showing the depth of field here, because Teddy Mayer, he's been setting some great qualifying times. Oh, and look, there's a tear-off stuck on his left hand. Sometimes that little loop gets stuck on your thumb, so there's a little flapping going around on Teddy.
Mayer coming across, getting his last lap flag. Back to our leader, the number 1 of Colton Fasciotti, Honda candidate, GDR, looks great. He's got a giant lead, Brian, and I'll be honest with you, I expected to see more wins from this season, so it's great that he finally gets one in round 6. It's going to do a lot for his confidence.
And this wins in style. He's pushing about a 20-second lead right here on the field. Working through lappers, he has just checked right out, so he's got this place figured out, and this has got to make him happy. This is what we're used to seeing from our defending champion, Colton Fasciotti. First moto win, MX1 class here at Sandali. To the Yamaha leaderboard, Gopher Dunes and Troy Lee got to be stoked with their rider. How about Tyler holds on to 4th, Cole Thompson 5th, and it's Ted Mayer, Bob Canary, Swanson, a great ride. The Junkyard Dog, the legend 9th, then Keast.
Laying down the smack in the first MX1 moto is the number 1 of Colton Fasciotti. Colt, you got out front early and you laid it down, brother. You look fantastic in the lead over 30 seconds.
Yeah, I just got off to an awesome start. Definitely my best start all year, and you know, I think that's what I needed, just a good start and have a solid moto, and that's what I did. The track was pretty demanding. It was hot out there, so I just tried to be smooth, and you know, it's one of those races that you feel good, and it's almost effortless.
Second place, first MX1 moto here from Sandali with the sun coming out is the 101 of Matt Gorky. Matt, a dynamite race, but just not enough to catch up to Colt, making a pass to get into second. You look pretty good out there.
Yeah, I got a decent start, but by the time I got into second, Colton was gone, and I couldn't catch him. I couldn't even hardly see him. I need to try to get that whole shot next moto and be up there.
Gerke looks whipped. The champ looks happy with his wife and son. We got more racing next.
This is the Sandali MX Park just outside of our nation's capital. Mark Travers and Brian Coster in the booth for the 2015 Rockstar Energy Drink Motocross Nationals. This is MX1 Moto 2, and that is the lovely Rockstar Sarah sauntering across the line. Alana with that 30 board up, Sir Paul Kingsley, and MX1 riders ready to go. This second MX1 Moto will be brought to you by Mac's Convenience Store, a fabulous place to get all your pre-race goodies. The number 1 of Colton Fasciotti got the Royal Distributing hole shot in the first moto. He's got that inside gate pick. He's looking for the Triple Crown, Fabs.
Yeah, the inside, sometimes you get riders can get up on that grass a bit, but they mowed it down, so made it a little bit more fair for everyone else. Colton creeps a little, gets a nice jump down the chute. Mayer tucks right in behind him.
Double apex turn left-hander. Looks like Fasciotti's got a nice clean sweeper. Riders down, but Fasciotti gets that Royal Distributing hole shot. Here we go, Fabs. MX1 second moto underway.
And oh man, can Colton do it? Look at Metcalf though. Metcalf getting aggressive early. Thompson is in the mix. There is Tyler. Gerke sitting about 5th, 6th. Rolling the outside is Canary. Oh, he has a scary moment with another rider, and boy, did Ted Mayer ever get pinched off.
Another great start for the 72 KTM of Drew Roberts. That's the Ontario rider. He's been in the top 10 in both starts. Cole Thompson likes what he sees in 3rd, and Metcalf finally gets a good start, Brian. Let's see if he can get up there and pressure Fasciotti.
The top 3 opting for the hip on the inside of that FXR jump. They hit this tabletop, then kind of this next double table. Here Thompson just cases a bit, scrubs some speed. You can see all the lines heading into the pro-only Hell's Kitchen. Metcalf tripling in more often than not, but there is different rhythm options through the Hell's Kitchen.
Kind of a supercross section, Brian, put onto this sand track. Of course, all these obstacles are man-made, but I really like that section because it's very technical as the riders sweep back through that Motul sweeper. Let's go back on board with Halstead. Oh boy, does he get swallowed up quick.
I think he looked down to avoid Roost, and now he's spun right around. And he's down. Look at the carnage, at least 5 bikes. Oh, Graham Scott trapped under his bike, the 58. We've got a rider helping him up. And then the 675, Jamie Hadgato, he's also laying down on the job, picking it up. And these guys all want to get going. They've got a lot of catching up to do.
Oh, the battle for fourth is heating up through that start straight, Brian, into the corner of the Royal Distributed corner, and some huge contact. Medallia was not giving up that inside line. Gerkman wanted it again. Medallia diving on the inside line through that Marin corner. One of my favorites, Brian. Great defense. I love the attack of the Bulldog.
Boy, Tyler came in there hot. You see how nasty those braking bumps were. He hit them probably harder than he normally would. He did not want to let the Gerkman by. So right now it is Colton Fat Jody holding off Brett Metcalf's advances right now. And when Medi wants to make a pass, he is relentless like a piranha. He does not relent. He is so taxing on the rider in front of him that he usually wears them down. So 6th place getting hot in the kitchen.
You better believe it is. Mayer on the inside. Does he have Canary? Yes, he does. Exit. I love this part of the track. Oh, and a nice whip for Mayer. Taking care of 6th place back to our lead package. One of your favorite parts of the track, Brian, into the Marin corner. Fasciotti got the Royal Distributed Triple Crown today, both hole shots. He won the first Moto by a mile, but right now he's under some heavy pressure from the 123 Monster Energy, Brett Metcalf.
And look at the 148, the gun, the Tommy gun. Cole Thompson is starting to catch this duo up front, so these guys are really starting to break away from the rest of the field. There's that little FXR inside hipper. Fat Yotes get a beautiful angle on it and actually pulled a lot of time on Metcalf that last little section.
Kevin Tyler, the MX101 crew, has put together a dynamic racetrack today, Brian. I like what he's done. I've loved the line choice. It's super fast and yet rough all at the same time. I love it.
Yeah, now Medi going around the outside. This is where Tyler got out in that soft stuff and lost position to Metcalf in that first moto. Now he's just trying alternate lines on Fasciotti. He doesn't want to be all gravied up with Roost like he was in that first one.
Well, maybe following Medallia in that first moto was a good thing for Metcalf, because now he's got a couple alternates in his project backpack. Let's see if he pulls out a couple on Fasciotti. This is that new addition to the track where they cut away that sweeper and then they brought them through these S-bends. Look at how gorgeous Metcalf is in the motorcycle. I love watching him ride.
That lefty is so sweet. It is a bit one line, but it really sets the riders up into some eye candy berm shot action, and Metcalf keeping that inside leg up high, out of harm's way. Textbook.
A wealth of experience for both of these riders. Brian riding for their countries, MX the Nations. They've been riding in the AMA. Look at Metcalf on the outside. Does he have Colton Fasciotti through the Motovan sweeper? Oh, bar to bar, Brian. This is one of my favorite parts of the track. Super fast. And then that big ski jump launcher to the Rockstar block off. What a beauty.
I don't even know what to say about that, but here comes Fasciotti. He's not lying down. He can do a nice cut in here. I don't know, Metcalf just had that outside, a few less bumps. Now here's Cole here, there's a couple bumps, he's approaching them here to get that inside line where Metcalf ran. Right there, there's those two big bumps and Metcalf doesn't have to hit them. And that's all the difference, man. It is next to nothing. It is splitting hairs, but that's a pass made. And believe it or not, there's a lot behind that. Metcalf really had to get aggressive to make that happen.
Well, he did. It just goes to show you how carrying speed is your ally on a track like this, especially with the inside being as rough as it is. Back now to the battle for second place. Colton Fasciotti in second. Cole Thompson in third on that Royal Distributed KTM. He's been in this mix the whole race. I love it. And the 101 on Matt Gerke, Rockstar Yamaha, catching up to make it a 3-pack. He's the danger man.
Well, Traz, it took Gerke a long time to get around the number 3 of Tyler Medallia, but now he is pushing up on 21-year-old Cole Thompson. He is surrounded by elder statesmen of the sport, so Thompson holding his own at just 21 years of age. But here comes Gerks on the outside.
Lap riders everywhere, Brian. Difficult part of the track. They got to navigate through, and Gorky goes wide over that tabletop, gets by Fasciotti and Thompson. 2 passes, nobody in his way, a clean view, and now Thompson gets by Fasciotti. So what the heck happened to Colt there?
Wow, well, Gerk cooked that outside, and the outside becomes the inside, and then Colton got mired up with a couple of lapped riders. They're trying to do their thing to get out of the way. There's Drew Roberts is one of them. and Fasciotti gets right in the wheel track of Roberts. There is Girk on the outside carrying speed. Fasciotti gets a little loose there sideways. That's that sand tire, not quite hooking up in that harder base. Looks over, sees Gerke go by, thinks he's okay here, jumps in, but look, he's got to check up a bit on Roberts because those grooves, 2 turns into 1. Roberts doing his own thing, but I think that's what caused Fasciotti to lose that position to Thompson.
But the battle for 6th place is still on fire. Here comes Canary on the inside. Does he have Mayer? Oh, I think he does, Brian, carrying a lot of speed with that knife on the inside. Mayer thinking, what the heck happened? And now the battle for the lead is intensifying over the ski jump. Oh my goodness, Gorky has caught up on Metcalf.
These guys are hauling the mail. This is a fast part of the racetrack. Metcalf cuts right in front of him. Gerkman, he doesn't care. He goes right through the route, plows through the berm. He's a sand specialist, and he loves this kind of sandy track, but right now it is Metcalf with the measure. And I know you love this part of the track, and it is a fast corner. And look at the braking bumps, Trav. It is getting rough. Acceleration bumps. Suspensions are getting hot on this hot, stinky, humid day. Metcalf's in trouble.
When you think about when the series started, Brian, we were expecting to see these 2 riders getting together, but it's almost been every single moto. They've been a step above the other riders on the track, and I love this. This is like a championship battle right here.
I don't mean Mehdi's in serious trouble, but Gerke sure is giving him some trouble and a lot to think about. Mehdi knows he has to just stay in the good line and not make a mistake. And here's Gerke. He's letting Mehdi know he's in the neighborhood, so to speak.
This was Gerke's opportunity to get in the lead, and he had the inside line, Brian, but watch Metcalf carry through there. Fantastic. And then the cutback. Perfect defense.
That is just split-second crisscross timing. I mean, either rider this way or that, and it would have been a collision. These guys just have that 6th sense, and that's what makes these motocross athletes such spectacular specimens.
To the number 7 Rockstar rider, that's Bobby Canary, sitting in 6th place, getting his last lap flag. And to our leader, the 123 of Brett Metcalf. Looks like he's opened the gap slightly on 101 Matt Gerke. You know, perhaps Metcalf had to win this moto. He's got to start winning if he wants to close that gap, because that one DNF that he had in Calgary has hurt him.
Yeah, definitely, and this is where Metcalf wants to be. He needs to get those wins. It's great for the confidence of the team. Everyone's a little bit more relaxed, and the win in the bag for Metcalf.
Welcome back to Sand Lee. Great shot of our overall winner, Brett Metcalf, with the Dale Argue Cup. Also celebrating 45 years of racing motocross at this facility. To our Yamaha leaderboard, top 10, second MX1 Moto. Let's go down to Medallion, 5th, very quiet for him. Canary finishes 6th. Mayer, Keith, the Dominican rider, Najuris in 9th, and Kate Clayson in 10th.
Monster Energy rider, Brett Metcalf. Damage control, Mehdi, 3-1. What a heroic effort on a smoking hot day.
Man, really hot, humid day today in Sand Lee, but the fans were loving that moto, and the first moto too. It was cool. Keeps us going in this heat. So two really grueling motos today. Monster Energy Thor Kawasaki ran great. Much better start in the second moto. So I was able to, Colt jumped out lead, able to pressure him, get by him, get the lead, and then kind of watched him. Matt came up on me and pushed me to the end, and luckily I had enough in the tank to go. So I'm happy with that. Dunlop tires, 100% goggles. Everybody, Frenchie, the mechanic, he was busting his butt the whole day and making changes till we got a setup. So great effort by the team.
Cole, what a ride, what a track. It's so hot. What a display of athleticism you put on here. You're steady as a rock.
Yeah, what can I say? Those guys up front were going fast. I was happy with that ride. Like I said, I had 30 in me. I just didn't have the final 5, and those guys kept pushing, got away, but can't take them away from them. They're all past champions. They know what it takes. They know when to dig deep, and I just got to find a little extra to come back at Deschambault and mix it up with them. It was a brawl right to the end, though. It was a good race.
Let's get to our series points in the MX1 class. After 6 of 10, Gorky starting to open things up on Metcalf, 17 points there. Fasciotti back 23 points in 3rd. Thompson, Medalia battling. Canary, Mayer, then Clayson, Keys, and Dylan Schmoke. Hey, race fans, don't forget to like us on Facebook and check mxnationals.ca for all the goodies. There's your top 3 in round 6, Metcalf, Gerke, and Fasciotti. You have been watching the 2015 Rockstar Energy Drink Motocross Nationals, presented by Motovan.com, Canada's source for power sports, parts, and accessories. For Brian Coster, I'm Mark Travers. There's the Champagne. We're getting sauce. We'll see you next week in Quebec.